Good morning and welcome to your Weekend Healthy Chat. I'm your host, Dr. Sara, and today our guests are from the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce. Please join me in welcoming Charlene Trotter, Rob Schultz, and Thomas McCarron. Good morning and welcome, guys.
Good
Morning.
morning.
All right, so let's get started. So tell me a little bit about what the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce is and how did you guys become involved with it?
Well, the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce is a chamber of commerce with business members for the most part in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So we cover a myriad of counties, quite a few counties in New York, Jersey, and Pennsylvania. But it really is all these areas come together right here in the tri-state. You know, you can put your foot in New York, your other foot in Pennsylvania. And so, yes, that's what we refer to when we say the tri-state area. And Tom McCarron and Rob Schultz both have been long-term directors and members with businesses here in Port Jervis, it just so happens. And they've been part of the chamber for a very, very long time. And I'm the executive director and came on board in February of 2010. And
Great.
It's been quite an incredible experience getting to meet and work with local area businesses. So just like this wonderful radio station and MCHC does. So your constituency is local in the tri-state area, and so is ours. So we do have that in common.
Great. And how many businesses are involved with the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce?
We probably have about 250 members currently.
Oh, great.
So it's a real nice family of local services and products and businesses. So it's we know everybody in the chamber, and we hope that we are able to advocate for them.
And what type of services does the chamber provide?
We give you opportunities to do networking monthly with our events. We have about 5 major events during the course of a year.
Sure, so let's talk about those. So what are the major events?
Well, the first upcoming in 2014 will be our annual members meeting, so to speak, but it's really a celebration where we invite all of our members to come.
Nice.
And it's a celebration of them. We also we'll be coming up on our 24th annual spring banquet, probably in May. And
Very
then we
nice.
roll right into July-August period where we are going to be having our 16th annual Arts Walk.
Very nice. Now, what's that?
Arts Walk is where we invite artists in the tri-state area to come, and we have a section of Front Street in Port Jervis where they're able to sell their wares. It's really an opportunity for businesses and artists to come together, and what's good for arts, good for business is good for
and
art.
vice
So it's
versa.
a community event. Some of our events, 5 major events are free to the public.
Oh, great.
And then
That's a nice opportunity.
Yeah. In October it'll be, I guess, our 19th annual Tri-State Classic Race, a 5K and a 10K.
Yes, I was there.
Yes.
I did not do it, though. I was chickened out. My husband actually did it, and he won second for his age group, which I was very proud of.
good.
So a little plug to him on the show.
Yeah, very good.
One of my valued listeners.
So of course you made him do it for health and
Exactly.
fitness.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
Absolutely.
you had to supervise. Very
Exactly.
important.
So that's why my son and I were there. We were supervising that.
That's
day.
right. Well, he needed.
No, but it's such a
Dr.
great
Sara.
race, though. It really is.
Yeah.
So,
And then
it's
we
a
have
nice.
the upcoming parade this year, which we'll have again next year, of which Tom McCarron is the parade chairman, and Rob Schultz this year is the grand marshal.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about the parade. I heard it's the 42nd annual.
Yep, it's been around a long, long time. 42 years, and what we did about a dozen years ago, we decided to name the parade actually in honor of a former director of the chamber who passed on far too early, Rick Drew. And what Rick did, and that's when I got involved, this goes back some 20 years, was really expand the scope of the parade, because in the very beginning, it was just a very small little thing that we did right in Port Jervis, and just maybe on Front Street and Pike Street, and that was about it. And Rick was always big on parades, and said, boy, we should really expand this and do a better job of it, involve more people.
Right.
Rick was very active in the Port Jervis Volunteer Fire Department, so managed to get all the fire departments actually to cooperate and participate. We talked to Matamoros. They were very interested, and with their help, we now have a parade that starts in Port Jervis. We line up on Canal Street, goes down Pike Street, goes over the bridge, under the tunnel first, and then over the bridge, and down Pennsylvania Avenue, and the parade finishes up on 7th Street, and then we go to the Matamoros Firehouse, and then the chamber provides hot chocolate and donuts, and a real great time for all the kids that join in. So the parade really has grown over the years. We've always had it either the first or the second Sunday of December. Kind of gets everybody in the tri-state area in the holiday mood.
Absolutely.
It's a free event for as far as, obviously it's a parade, so we're not going to charge you to watch it. The Chamber does gratefully accept donations to fund it. Those donuts don't come cheap, especially the Krispy Kreme is my personal favorite.
Oh,
not when I eat a dozen before we start. Right?
We do sample them early in the day.
Well,
yes.
of course, you have to. You have to make sure the product's good.
But
Absolutely.
We have a lot of businesses that help us. Marlou Costumes over in Greenville, they always provide a half dozen or so costumes, and we space those out in the parade. The lineup of the parade is always a challenge, and Bill Smith is my coordinator there, and he always lends a hand, gets some volunteers together. So we walk up and down the lineup, make sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be. A lot of parents will drop off, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, and we'll make sure they're with the right troop. And, anybody who needs any assistance in the lineup. And then off we go. There are a few businesses, for instance, the bank I represent, TD Bank, who is the major sponsor, has been for several years. And that was due to Rick's and my coercing management and marketing at TD Bank that this was a real true community event. So I'm very proud to represent the bank and being the major sponsor for the event. I am so happy that it makes so many other people happy. There are literally hundreds of young people at this parade, and they just have a great time dressing up. And there's even a little competition. The Chamber does is we get about 18 or so awards.
Oh,
and
wow.
so when we get back to the firehouse, who has the most spirited Christmas theme, who has the best musical theme, we have all kinds of little cute categories. And this year we've actually had to expand the awards for our fire departments because there's real competition there. And so this year we expanded it to 3 different awards, first, second, third place for the best looking, best decorated fire apparatus. So the adults also have a lot of fun doing this and participating.
I'm sure. Well, let's just hold that thought right there, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. I'm here with Charlene and Rob and Tom from the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce, and we just left off talking about the 42nd Annual Christmas Parade. So let's pick up where we left off. So tell us a little bit about the parade. So what date is it exactly?
The parade will be the second Sunday in December. It's December 8th. The lineup will be at 1 o'clock on Canal Street, and there'll be people there to assist you in where your group would line up. We do ask that you pre-register. It's always nice to know you're going to show up instead of just showing up that day.
Right.
This way we can, make sure where you are in the lineup, and you can just contact the chamber at 856-6694 or info@tristatechamber.com.
.org.
Well, I was close. All right.
Yeah.
But
nice.
we do appreciate if you could register with us before.
How many groups participate?
We like I said, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. We have church groups, several church groups. Businesses, TD Bank will have its WOW van there. My employees will be dispersing lollipops and everything else that we could find. So it's pretty much open to all the local groups. We've had dance groups. We've had them actually perform.
Pets.
We've also
Societies.
we have a special award for best pet award.
Best dressed pet or?
Well, most original.
Just the cutest.
Yeah, just something like that. But
something that gets the judge's eye. So, and
who are the judges?
Well, we keep the judges secret.
Oh, I'm sorry. Secret. Are they like along the parade route? Nobody knows.
They basically are. They're able to see everything from where they sit, and they have a real tough job. I've been the judge before, and that's probably one reason I agreed maybe to be chairman, just get out of the judge's job, because I did not.
You think
envy
everybody's
that.
Good, right?
We only have 18 awards. I'd give out one to everybody, and actually everybody who participates does get a certificate of appreciation from the chamber.
Oh, very nice.
And one of the way the chamber tries to recognize people who really added to the quality of life in our community is we have a grand marshal every year, and several of the people who have been chamber long-term directors. Howard Cooperman, Paul Brislin come to mind in recent years. We've tried to recognize even local public servants, George Belcher, Mike McCarthy come to mind recently. And so those people have put literally decades of their life into our community and made it a better place to live, work, and play. And this year, somebody who was overdue, Rob Schultz, who has been a chamber director for as long as I can remember. And he also has a very special job as a chamber director, as the treasurer. He's kept the chamber financially afloat. Not easily done in these hard economic times. So we're really proud this year that Rob is our Grand Marshal. And he will be right up there with the politicians at the front of the parade.
So we're excited about being Grand Marshal.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite honored.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like quite the honor.
Yeah, well, I have 3 grandsons, ages 8 and 2 5-year-olds that have asked to join me.
Oh, very nice.
They're incredibly excited. First thing they wanted to know if they could throw candy.
Well, of course. Well, that's like the coolest job. I remember from like.
so they're looking forward to it. I think it'll be very exciting. I'm looking forward to it also.
That's nice. And what an honor. That's great.
Yeah, I think what's nice is that Rob's family's history goes back for generations in Port Jervis, and it's quite remarkable. As a matter of fact, talking about MCHC and the work you do in the healthcare field and the incredible work you do in our area. Rob's father, wasn't it? Who started a hospital here in Port?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he used to be in the MCHC building?
Ah, that's where we're located.
Yeah.
The old Sunnyside Hospital.
Right.
Yes, that was his father who started that
Wow.
hospital.
That's amazing.
In 59, he opened it up.
Wow. Well before I was born. But that's amazing.
Yeah, so we think it's, as you all promote physical health, you certainly also promote, health and happiness for everyone in the area.
Right, a sense
these
of
are some
community.
These are some of the things that really lend to that, and it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to
I'm
do something
sure.
like this, and we are thrilled that we get participation from Jersey, from the
Yeah,
Montague, people, the firehouses, the groups, the Matamoros, the Milford, the Port Jervis. So it's truly
Right.
a tri-state area.
It's nice to have
Little
everybody
event.
come together on the same day, really, to support the community that we are, which is
And
great.
we have a special guest that day, as we do every year.
Oh, are
As
we
we
gonna?
do every year.
Yep, even though it's not Macy's, we do have a Santa at the end of our
Ah,
parade.
very nice. So he's
And
going to make an
Santa
appearance.
will be showing up. I've checked with Santa. He is available that day, even though he's very busy that time of year.
I'm sure.
So he'll be on the last fire truck on our parade, and
Very nice.
he'll also be at the Matamoros Firehouse to. Although I gave him a little extra needle this year because for the last 6 or 7 years he keeps handing me this bag of coal. So I'm going to ask Santa if maybe lighten up a little bit this year.
Exactly.
So, but really the kids just love it, and it just adds to the holiday flavor. And I really think, well, that's always my sign. I better start thinking about Christmas shopping.
absolutely.
After the parade, and at the end, even after the parade, what we do is in West End, we light a Christmas tree up in West End. So a lot of
Now, where is that
Drew
located
family,
in West End?
right across the street from the firehouse, and that's where the Drew family will meet, and and kind of we finish the day up there. So it's a long day. It's an exciting day, and the chamber does
What
a
a
great job
celebration.
running this parade all the years, 42 years. I want to just quickly thank the city of Port Jervis and the town of Matamoros for their cooperation. You have to go with a lot of logistics and paperwork, but they've both been great. They're always great. The police departments, both areas. We have police departments from other areas. Mount Hope is always. Matter of fact, they've already registered, haven't they? They for the parade. So again, registration's important. So
And it's free.
and it's free.
And it's free.
And when would you like people to register by? Can you do it up until the day before, or would you prefer
We
sooner
would
than
hope
later,
so.
obviously?
Come on, don't make me come in on a Saturday. Yeah. We would certainly hope so. Yeah. But,
Yeah, usually, if we can know like a week out, it's
Right.
just much easier to do the lineup. It's nothing I get to do is the lineup, so I try to make sure that I don't have all the Girl Scout groups right on top of each other,
Right.
kind of disperse them a little bit, and try to add to the excitement of the parade. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
pre-registration's very key.
Right. And if we could just say again what the date and time of the parade are, just for our listeners out there who might not have heard it in the beginning.
Sure, it's Sunday, December 8th, and the lineup is at 1:00. The parade starts at 2. The parade, as I get to do the emceeing of the parade as people walk by, I get to announce them.
Oh,
And,
nice. And where do you do that? Where's that?
I do that
location?
right over in Matamoros on 6th Street. There's usually a reviewing stand there. So certainly if you have any little acts, dance groups like to do there, to entertain me. And the judges also can be bought, just throw us candy, But that's where we review the parade. And So the whole thing wraps up, I would say, probably, 3:30ish. Back at the firehouse, we announced the awards as quickly as the judges have made their selection, and we have to finish with all the hot chocolate. And also thanks to the Salvation Army Corps of Port Jervis, who are there dishing out the goodies after the parade. So
It's great.
they're a great partner in this event.
Yeah, it really is a community coming together, which is very nice to see. So I just want to thank everybody for coming on to the show today and for the service that you guys provide for our community. It is amazing. So thank you all for being here with us.
Well, thank you, Dr.
Our
Sara.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, it was nice meeting you all, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Now's the time in our show for our email question of the week. And this mom writes, Dr. Sara, I'm a new mom, and my daughter has received an incredible amount of clothes from relatives and friends. Only issue, they are all for the first 6 months, more than my child could ever wear. Would you please tell your listeners, as the holidays approach, that if they have the same issue, this is a great time to donate these new items to those in need. Forget about trying to exchange them. There are families who really need a little warmth and love, and you can be the best kind of Santa. Thank you, Dr. Sara. Absolutely, and I could not agree more. Many places, this time of year especially, are looking for donations, whether it's your local Salvation Army, Red Cross, church, what have you. So please donate what you can to help those in need. My office is currently collecting mittens and hats for those with spares. Please feel free to drop off your donation to 140 Hammond Street in Port Jervis, New York, or any of our MCHC locations. Thank you so much for this important email, and again, donate, donate, donate. I just want to thank Charlene, Rob, and Tom for being here today to discuss the Tri-State Chamber of Commerce, as well as the 42nd Annual Holiday Parade. So thank you all for being here. And as always, have an active and healthy week ahead, and I'll see you again next time. Take care.